Fort Myers Beach getting ready for our championship final. Karai, Kent Steffes, Eduardo, Bacil, nicknamed Anginio, and Jose Loiola. This is the Miller Lite Open, and Kent Steffes puts the ball down. Our first referee is Jimmy Leonard. And our second official, Alan Siegel. I told Alan Siegel before the match, I said, Alan, what's your full name? I haven't seen you much. He says, I've been on the tour for 4 years. I said, I haven't seen you much in TV games, apparently. Steffes with a dig. Nice
that made him feel good.
Over to Loiola.
Oh, nice shot.
And he chops it. Did it go over? No, it didn't go over. And
nice shot for Karai and Steffes. Karch on the run that time. I thought he couldn't get it from that angle, but dropped on the side of the Brazilians.
You know, you can say cliche that a good start is necessary, but especially for the Brazilians to get the confidence against Karch and Kent.
Well, when the Brazilians beat Karch and Kent, albeit an indoor beach championship, the Brazilians beat them 14-13 on time. Were in it the entire way. And there's the good-looking start. And that's from the bad side. Remember, Anginio and Loiola finished fortuitously on the other side against Stoklos and Johnson in the semifinals. I'll tell you, with the win, that is a great serve. Again, the conditions absolutely perfect.
Off the side of Loiola, out of bounds.
And if you're wondering, Anginio and Loiola, this is not new territory for them in terms of being in the finals. Their first year out, they appeared in a couple of finals, and last year to the finals, the prestigious Hermosa Beach Open, and also to the Cuervo final in Santa Cruz.
The stats on Karai now 34 years old, still in fabulous shape. Here comes Loiola. We're tied at 1, and Loiola puts it away. So Loiola, the blocker, will stay at the net. His partner, Anginio, back to serve. Paul has mentioned that he's had a sore knee as he looks at Steffes and Karai, trying to decide who to serve. Most likely it will be Steffes or Karai.
50-50. Nice choppy by Karch Karai. You're wondering why Karai and Steffes are so good, because about 95% of all their plays look just like that. Perfect pass to the net, good set in terms of location and distance from the net, and the opponent blocking them.
Kent Steffes with 74 wins, 4th on the all-time list. Steffes is there. Chance for a point. He gets up, and Loiola with a dig back. Good set. And Jose buries it.
Anginio just goes about his business. Great passer, good defensive player, and certainly becoming one of the better setters on the beach. Loiola, the more fiery of the two. There's another reason why Steffes and Karai are pretty good. They play great defense. Loiola back here digging the ball, keeps his team in the point. Beautiful bump set by Anginio to set up his partner.
1-1. And Anginio makes the dig. Steffes trying to get loose fast. Off Karch. And the open hand dig. Anginio thought Karch was going to get up there and block it, and Karch did a smart thing. He pulled his hands down.
Well, it's against the rules to dink or tip the ball on the beach with an open hand. And Karch, seeing the open hand coming, it's a pretty good ploy. Pull your hands down, force the violation. Of course, Anginio expected Karch to try to push it back in his face. That's why he had his hand open in the first place. Follows that up with an unforced error across court. Can't give up runs. Karai and Steffes will just absolutely roll. You got to stop right now, get a side out if you're the Brazilians. Tough serve.
Anginio rolls it down the line. Interestingly, Anginio did not take any warm-up hits before this championship final. He's playing with bandages on both feet, arch supports, Paul, in addition to the knee injury.
Well, the medical tent this morning looked like a MASH unit. Tim Brown, the tour doctor, said a lot of foot problems, a lot of knee problems, and a lot of back problems because it rained so much yesterday.
Here we go.
Get back to that in a second. Tough serve by Anginio.
Steffes rejected.
Loiola off to a good start, blocking the ball. He's had his hands on a couple and never has any difficulty getting his hands up to get the crowd behind him. Steffes with a good play defensively. never really gets a look to see where Loiola is as a blocker. The set's coming over Steffes' head. Loiola's right on him. Throw there by Karai in the side change.
So a good serve by Anginho sets up a point. Karch throws the ball, and suddenly at the first side change, the Brazilians have the lead. 3-2. We're coming back. Stay with us. Come from wherever you are. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, 5-2. Anginho, Loiola have jumped out on the former Kings of the Beach, Karai, and Kent Steffes. And the ball whacked straight down by Karai.
See, out of the timeout, you got to get back to Steffes once again. You just scored 2 points against him, one on a hitting error, one on a play ruled an ace by referee Jim Leonard, and you come out of the timeout and you serve Karai. You can't make those sort of mistakes. You got to get right back on Steffes.
So really, so far, as Steffes goes and gets it. Great play. Ball's up in the air. And Jose pokes it back. Got to get it higher over Loiola. Anginho with the dig.
Very important set.
And he puts it away. Wow, the Brazilians are playing great.
Really good ball control by both defensive players, giving passes that can be dug, can be played. You see the pass running behind his head by Kent Steffes. This one's drilled cross court. And Anginho right in the perfect spot. That one's going down.
Kent Steffes whacks it. You know, I said last week that he had to pay over $200,000 in taxes. He corrected me at dinner last night. He said, Chris, it was over $300,000 in taxes that I had to pay.
I told him he didn't have enough write-offs, and he said, no, I just had a good year, Paul. I got plenty of write-offs. Thank you.
All right, 5-2. And Karch, did he get it? No, that one was into the sand.
Anginho taking a look at the block first. You can see he's never really going to hit that ball. He's looking to shoot it the entire time, waiting for a call from his partner, chopping that one cross court. Never got his right arm, that weapon of his, in real good hitting position.
Working on Steffes. Steffes whacks it down the line. So Kent Steffes, we mentioned that Steffes had won 74 tournaments, 62 with Karch. He's also got 5 wins with Adam Johnson, 5 with Hovland, 1 with Dan Verbalovich, and 1 with John Stevenson. Rounding out the 74 that he has. Steffes also a very versatile player. Loiola, and Loiola beams it.
And of course, the one without Karai that always sticks in my mind was in San Jose when Karch dumped Kent, went back to Brent Frohoff, and then the very next week they met in the finals.
Right.
Steffes was playing with Dan Verbalovich and beat Karai and Frohoff in the finals of that tournament.
That was a great one.
Steffes enjoyed it.
5-2. Score remains in favor. Another block. Brazil, and Jose Loiola has his team up 6-2.
Hey, the cut shot was wide open, no doubt about that, but you got to get it over the top of Jose Loiola. Look at that. Anginho's way over in the left side guarding the line. That whole corridor was open.
Jose is pumped up, too. They go to Karch, and Karch is pumped up, and he rockets one down the line.
Yeah, but once again, you just scored off Steffes. Why are you serving Karai? Do you want to see old Pinky Hat drill the ball into the beach?
I think Loiola just said, I'm going to hit this marshmallow as hard as I can, and wherever it lands and squishes, that'll be fine.
Well, and
you don't agree with
result.
That?
No, you got to get it on Steffes in that situation, I think.
All right. Going to Anginho, and Anginho sizzles the pits of Kent Steffes. That was a very low hit. You see Anginho 6 feet, 180 pounds. That can't be right, can it? Isn't he taller than that?
We'll measure him next week.
He's in between 6 feet and 6'3". Let's say that. As that ball hits sand.
Cross-court hammer to the right side by Kent Steffes.
And the side out, 6-2, game to 15. Of course, if you're familiar with beach volleyball, you know that the Brazilians have to win this game and a game to 7 to capture this tournament.
One way long
out of bounds.
Yeah, Karai and Steffes are on the bad side, wind at the back, very difficult. We saw that in the semifinals as well with Adam Johnson and Randy Stoklos missing a couple of jump serves at a crucial juncture in the latter stages of the semifinal match. Really helps, of course, to be bombing the ball into the wind.
Line. And Karch is into the bottom of the net. Wow, 7-2 now. Anginho, Loiola.
Unforced errors, very infrequent for Karai and Steffes. That one into the bottom of the tape. Loiola is bombing jump serves. This
Oh, an ace!
B. Lee called that one in.
And the former Kings of the Beach can't believe it. They're saying that thing is out. Karch and Kent are at the end line. And they're saying it's way out.
See, just because the rope moves doesn't mean that it's in. Sand can kick onto the rope and make it move. You can see where Karch...
Wait, they're going to bring Jim Leonard down. He's coming off to take a look. Hold your horses, everybody. The Brazilians have never beaten Karai and Steffes in a game to 15, but right now they are on their way. 6:01 to go. It is 8-2, Brazil. 49 to go in what could be our first final.
It was 3-2 at the first side change. Excuse me, Chris, and then Brazilians got all 5 points from the good side.
And Gino rolls it sideways. I wonder if Karch and Kent came into this particular match very overconfident. I mean, they thumped the Brazilians so many times, they know Anginio's kind of hurt. Maybe they didn't take him seriously.
Does that sound like Karch and Kent?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe they're very businesslike and come out usually very, very focused indeed. But, you know, I think the Brazilians got on a roll. They're a very emotional team. And Karai and Stephus not executing particularly well at the beginning of this match. We'll see what happens, like I said, at the next side change.
Steffes, great one-arm dig. High loopy, that's out of bounds. I've watched the Brazilians play a lot, and I know you have too. This is the best I've ever seen play against Karch and Kent. They are just playing unbelievably.
They're playing good defense.
Yeah.
They're limiting their errors. And in spite of the
converting.
fact...
How about converting those points?
Absolutely converting when they get some digs or soft blocks. Even though I think strategically they've made a few mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I, who am I to say? They're up 8-2.
Yeah. And Gino is there. 9 could be coming up. Not yet. Look at that. Karch goes and gets it. Trying to save a point is Karch, and he puts it away.
Yeah, write that one down. That was a big play.
Could have been 9-2.
Yeah, and a point from the bad side. Psychologically, this was a huge opportunity for the Brazilians. Karch blocks the ball and then stays in it. And then there's no poking around, like you said.
Yeah, no.
He's not happy right now, and he's going hard.
Jump serve and Steffes having problems. Of course, with Karch not poking it around, that might be good for Loiola and Gino in a certain way. Because if Loiola blocks one of Karch's, it's going down. Because he's hitting it so hard, and Jose is tall and can really jump.
Serving well right now.
Steffes has no heat. And Gino with the dig. And he puts it away. Little Angel on fire. Call the devil.
He's a quiet angel. He lets his game do all his talking for him. His partner will take care of everything else. But you're right. Steffes is letting that ball get way too far inside him. He's really just cuffing it at the defense. And Anginio is eating up Steffes' cross court right now. And they do put the point on the board from the bad side.
You got it. Block the line and have Anginio dig in. 9-2. Karai and Steffes being hammered at the moment. You're driving to Fort Myers Beach, you want to watch the rest of this, forget it. Every seat has been sold, and there aren't any left. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, good final going on. Good in terms of the Brazilians have a huge lead on Karai and Steffes, the #1 seed team, the #1 team in the world, and they are playing beautifully.
I'll tell you, Anginio's got 5 digs. Loiola's got 2 stuff blocks. The team of Karai and Steffes, no stuff blocks.
9-2. Anginio looping it. Karch goes and gets it. Could be 3 coming up. And Karch cranks it through the block.
Loopy down the line, and Karai is all over that. The key, of course, to the play, get it defensively. Steffes just put the ball somewhere near the net in the middle of the court where Karai can take a rip or poke it around.
Little lob, spin serve, and he's lobbing it out of bounds. 4 minutes, 51 seconds to go in the game. 9-3, Anginio and Loiola.
Bad set. That was way inside.
Anginio with a dig, and Loiola can't get there.
I think Stephus, first of all, has got to pass the ball better. They're on the good side. Stephus has got to get into a bit more of a groove. And Karch, I think, needs to push Kent a little bit wider. That set's dying inside, and Stephus is not getting good heat on it.
Remember, if you know about the chemistry of Karch and Kent, Stephus will never ask Karch to change his setting. It's up to Karch to ask him, are those sets crummy? Are they bad? What should I do? And then Stephus might tell him something. But in terms of communicating about the pass in the set, Karai and Stephus don't do that quite as well. They just keep playing. They don't say much to each other.
And it's something that they've
Kind of
tried
unusual.
tried to improve on a couple of years ago. They felt they lost some finals because their communication was not quite right. But that set was wider. And you can see Karai get a little bit farther away from the ball so he could step into the set, push that ball a little bit wider for Stephus. Arms extended. See, look at where that ball is. Across Stephus's body into the good hitting zone, not dropping way inside on him.
Loiola, Stephus. And Stephus puts it away. Off the block, out of bounds. Point, Karai, Stephus. Make it 9-4 now. I've noticed something about Stephus. On the right side, it seems like he takes so long to hit. But on the left, he can boing up and crank it. Gives credence to your theory a long time ago that he would have been a better left side player.
Well, I think his footwork and his mechanics make him a natural left-sider. But when the king of the beach, the best player in the world, is a left-sider and asks you to play, you move over to the right.
Karai and Stephus, obviously the #1 team in the world last year. 17 of 21 events they won. Johnson had 4 wins. Dodd and Whitmarsh with 3. Stoklos with 3.
Adam Johnson's, of course, the addition of the king of the beach. That's why Stoklos and Johnson, who played together all last season, do not have.
Well, I'll tell you something interesting. Karch told me that they're not counting the king of the beach as an official win. It's not considered an AVP win anymore. So I'd be interested to see if, because Karch has 3 king of the beach wins, does he not? Anginio down the line.
Well, it doesn't. It counts as a win in that calendar year, 1994.
But it doesn't count on your career total?
Hey, we don't make them up, pal. We just report them.
You. I'm just asking you.
You got to ask
if
somebody else
Karch's 3 don't count, then Adams' 1 shouldn't count. If they all count, they all should count. If that makes any sense. 9-4 is our score. Here comes Kent.
That one dropped
right to Anginio, looking for 10. Little Angel, yes!
Anginio nursing a bad wheel, playing good defense, and really good chop around the block here. Look at that. So you see Stephus having to reach inside, hit the ball back to the line, and really good set in
Definitely
transition.
a problem, I think, Paul, in terms of the setting and Steffes' approach to the hitting. Karch with a bump.
That was better. And it's a fine line. We're talking about the ball dropping about over Steffes' nose.
Right.
Or out to his right shoulder. It's
Okay.
a difference of about, 1.5 feet. But it's crucial. Ball travels across the body of a right side player. That's where Stephus is located, and it's hard for you to hit the ball if it doesn't get out there.
Karch and Kent trailing by 6. Anginio dink. Karch goes and gets it. Steffes! Yes. 10-5 as Karai and Steffes starting to show some life. However, Anginio Loiola still with a huge lead, 10-5.
Karai and Stephus now on the bad side. Only got 3 out of the 5. The previous stay on the good side. Put a lot more pressure on themselves to score from the bad side.
David, maybe not.
I say in any sport, I don't care. Basketball, football, baseball, hockey, volleyball. The great teams know how to make a move, somehow find a way to get back into a match when you're not playing at your best. Check for damage. Karai jumps into the cross court, but this was restoring of order in very short fashion.
10-7. Anginio Loiola lead. They were ahead 9-2 at one point, their biggest lead of 7. Karai and Steffes coming back. Down the line, nice dig. Can Loiola convert? Flipper coming, no. He's been using that a lot. That's the 3rd time I've seen him do that in the tournament. 2 were successful, that one was not.
Great when it works. Up 3, why not take a chance? But the way Anginio and he have been blocking and playing defense, I'd like to see him step off the net, take a hard swing into the deep middle, make Karai and Stephus touch the ball 3 more times.
Karch right to Kent. And it's in there. Here come Karai and Stephus.
Wasn't great heat, but again, Stephus just doesn't seem to need an approach from the left side. Little pre-hop and then finds a way to get it right off the noggin of the Brazilian and Anginio and Loiola.
Timeout taken by Anginio Loiola. It was 10-4. It is now 10-8. You look at the all-time career win list. Sinjin Smith with 135, 13 behind Randy Stoklos. Karai with 100. He's looking for 101 today. Steffes, Dodd, the retired legend Ron Von Hagen, still in the top 8, and Tim Hovland. Hoping that Tim Hovland, who's injured, and Brian Lewis, also injured, will be back next week. 2 of the most entertaining personalities on the tour, as well as 2 of the best players.
Tim Hovland played with Ricky Ludes last week. They did not fare particularly well. Then Tim re-injured his foot. Not sure how long he's going to be out, but that opened up the opportunity for Eric Pinoy Moana to get with Ricky Ludes. They finished 5th and looked pretty good.
I think they're going to be a very good team. 8 serving 10. Karai and Steffes led 1-0. Have not led since. Anginio.
See Loiola getting out the hands. I'll tell you, if he gets confidence setting the ball overhand, they'll become a better side-out team.
Second one we've seen.
Loiola usually bump sets the ball, but I'll tell you, if he can get consistent setting, you're just more accurate, more consistent overhand. You have better control.
Working on Steffes. That's a nice set. And Steffes utilizing the cut shot.
Doesn't it look like Karch is making an effort to get the ball a little bit wider?
Yeah, I think so.
And the wind again changes direction. Had been blowing off the Gulf of Mexico for the longest while. Now changed direction, blowing offshore a little bit. Wind swirling inside the stadium court.
The Loiola swoop it up and left hand out of bounds. So suddenly the Brazilians have gone cold, and it's 10-9. Karai and Steffes within 1.
Left-handed, just never got to this ball. Not a bad-looking swing. You remember Anginio was a very good setter indoors for Brazil's junior national team. Was on the national team for a while, and you got to have the good lefty.
Karch Kent trying to tie it up right here. No, Jose with smoke.
Surprised that they served Loiola. Anginio's the better passer, maybe just looking to change it up a little bit.
I think sometimes I think Karch can't serve. They serve.
Oh, they feel confident.
Yeah, they just want to hit the ball hard. And suddenly,
Karai and Steffes have gotten 4 straight points from the bad side.
And 5 total.
Let's go.
Karch.
Nice set again.
And Karch has the dig to tie it up right here. Karch, he's up. Anginio got it up. Over to Steffes. Tied up at 10. All 5 for Karai and Steffes on the bad side. Coming back to Fort Myers Beach, 10-10. Paul Sunderland at the Miller Lite Open here in Fort Myers, Florida. 10-10 is our score. Anginio and Loiola led by as many as 7 at 9-2. They had a 10-4 lead. Since that time, however, Karch and Kent have scored 6 in a row. 8 of the last 9. The Brazilians are in the tank. They got to get one here. And they do. They get the side out. Important play.
You think back to how Anginio and Loiola were getting their points. Anginio digging Kent Steffes.
Right.
I would go back to that if they can, but Anginio serving from the left. We'll see if he goes at Steffes.
The serve tough, too. A lot of the points early set up by tough serves.
Ball set way inside.
Anginio can't get there.
See, Stephus does that very well. His favorite shot, when he's in trouble, I think, is back to the line.
Right.
And that ball, yeah, that ball was dropping inside, but, you know, he really prefers to hit the ball hard cross court. Anginio had to hold just that split second. Stopped him from getting to the loopy over the top.
Loiola got it. Anginio Loiola, their only loss in this tournament to Stoklos and Johnson. Actually, check that out. That was to Karch and Kent earlier.
In the semifinals, right.
Yes.
This is a rematch of the semifinals. It's Anginio and Loiola's misfortune to be seeded fourth, and if things go according to seeds, they play Karai and Stephus.
Anginio with the left
tournament. Excuse me, Chris.
Got a chance there, but Loiola could not come off the net. 2.5 minutes to play in the game. Tied at 10. Wind really not a factor right now.
No, it's just changing conditions. It's never been really, really bad, but it has been to the advantage of the players occupying the side of Karai and Stephus when it has blown.
Nice shot. Deep loop to the corner.
Anginio's 12th kill. Kent Stephus leads this match with 15. Of course, he's been served. He's been served 22 times compared to only 7 for Karai. Make it 8.
Anginio, sweet dig. Looking to go to 11.
Not a great set to work with.
Kent went and got it. Anginio, another spectacular dig. Can he put it away? Yes!
Anginio goes to 8 digs in the match. You can see him reading Karai. Karch wanted to hammer cross court. Anginio sliding into the area perfectly. And then the one-hand stab and really good set to finish the play by his partner, Loiola.
Brazilians by 1, 11-10. Here comes Karch, and Karch hits it straight down. Side out, Karai, Stephus. Karch Karai won this tournament with Brent Frohoff back in 1989. Kent Stephus won this tournament 1992 with Adam Johnson. However, you saw the graphic. They'd never won it together. Last year losing to Mike Dodd and Mike Whitmarsh. Anginio, Karch swats it. Loiola looking for the bomb. Stephus with the dig. And he puts it away. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, defense just dominating this match in both directions. Dig by Stephus, perfect position cross court. And again, good set in transition. You really got to try to take a lot of the spin off, really bend your knees. Good soft platform when you're setting a ball that's been dug like that.
11-all, Karch is off the net, and Anginio, maybe his best hit of this game. He got up on about a 3-foot back set and cranked it.
Well, he's got a lot of respect for the ability of Karai and Stephus to dig the ball and chase shots down, and see him landing on his left leg to protect that damaged wheel on the right side.
Good. Tied at 11. Nobody! Stephus, nobody. Oh, Loiola popped it up. Great sit. Oh. Nope, going over.
Thought that had a chance when it left his arm.
Karch up high! Okay, we talked about this being the best jumping beach. Players are just flying out of the sand.
And given that, we've seen some great digs as well. When the ball left Anginio's arms, I thought it had a chance to be pretty good. Just enough breeze to carry it over to Karai and Stephus.
Karch with the serve. Trouble, Loiola. Anginio got to keep it in if he can. Stephus on 2. Point, Karai, Stephus.
No reason to mess around. The defense is completely out of sync, out of the court. You just go quickly on 2. Smart play, and Karai and Stephus are very good at that particular play.
20-second sand timeout taken by Jose Loiola. He is just covered in this stuff. We're going to take a quick break. Coming back, 1:22 to go. 12-11 Karai match at one point 9-2. They had a 10-4 lead. Karai Stephus scoring 6 unanswered points to tie it up at 10. We were tied at 11. Karai and Stephus now lead by a digit. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, Fort Myers Beach. Second tournament of the year. And the Brazilians trying to beat Karai and Stephus in a game to 15 for the first time ever.
Beat him once last year in a pool play match at the Cuervo in a game to 10, round robin match, I should say.
There's Anginio. And he's off. Karch can't get there. Also got him once indoors, did they not?
Yes, indoors, but never outdoors on the beach in a game to 15.
You know, beach volleyball has really gotten amazing. It's just going to be like, well, they beat him once indoors, they beat him once on a boat, they beat him once on an aircraft carrier, on the soft sand of Tuna Island.
That's right.
Surfaces. just out of bounds, served by Loiola. 12-11. Karai and Steffes with 1:06 to go in the game.
Brazilians really taking back-to-back chances with their service game, and the way Anginho's been digging, I'm not sure they need to be that critical, especially from the bad side.
Good pass. Jose sets him up. And Anginho racks it. Good side, bad side now.
Well, you can just look at the flags. You can see Karai and Steffes are on the good side. The wind is blowing into their faces. Anginho and Loiola in a tougher situation in terms of serving the ball and receiving serve. Got to take a little off here and keep it in, I think.
So maybe if Anginho and Loiola could get to the other side, leading 13-12 or trailing 13-12, they might have a very good shot.
Well, I would say that, except for the fact that Karai and Steffes got all 5 from the bad side when they absolutely had to have it.
Of course, that's the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah.
56 and 9/10 seconds. Not much time remaining. Not much time needed in this one. A 1-point lead for Steffes. Jose setting. Great set. I tell you, Jose's got some nice soft hands.
He set 4 out of the last 5 balls with his hands, and nothing to say but nectar. This is absolutely perfect. Of course, the key is his partner is giving him absolutely perfect passes. Anginho's clearly one of the best passers on the beach right now. I think he takes a lot of the spin off. Very consistent, very accurate.
Serving Karch with a rocket. Here comes Karch. And Anginho trying to block him, could not. A little surprised you see Anginho up at this point in the game?
I think, again, the Brazilians have decided to take a lot of chances with their serving, and Anginho said, look, don't worry about coming up here to block. You just bang the serve. Karch is grunting.
He is grunting, baby, and he's hitting it hard. Anginho off Steffes. I tell you what, I disagree. I think you've got to get Loiola up to the net. I mean,
I just think it was a one-time thing.
Okay.
I don't think we'll see that anymore. Anginho's been hitting the ball very, very hard. This time Steffes unable, as he was moving in to take angle, keep his hands over the net.
11 serving 12, 41 seconds to play. Brazilians need a point bad. Going to Jose, he got a piece of it.
Good soft shot.
Steffes. Ooh, and Loiola had it. He just missed it.
Pointing out the good soft shot by Karch Karai. The ball set too close to them. He just taps it up into the block right there. That's a smart play. Not trying to put it away, actually trying to hit the block so you can get your partner back involved and get a better set in his direction.
Karch and Kent up by 1. 31 seconds to go, and Loiola puts the hammer on it.
Just a side-out contest. Karai and Steffes up by 1. Which team's going to make a mistake? Loiola bringing heat. Karch in good position. And Loiola asking for some support from his fans in Fort Myers. You just kissed the ball there, I think.
26.5 seconds to go. Brazilian, no! Down the middle, just long.
So you can't hit it as hard as he would like because the wind's coming at his back. And even when he took a little heat off, it still carried long.
Karch and Kent by 1. Put the clock in for you. You can keep track yourself. Karch digs it up. This could be a big point here. An insurance point. Karch got it! Now the Brazilians in deep trouble.
We're siding out for a long, long time.
Well, there's a play you don't see in volleyball very often.
Yeah, you don't see that one every day.
As Karch and Kent lead by 2, 16 and 3/10 seconds. They got to put it down. They got to put it down fast, and they do.
But unlike in the semifinals, when Anginho and Loiola found themselves on the good side against Stoklos and Johnson, now they're on the bad side. Goes without saying, I think they got to score here.
Got to score here. 11 and 7/10 seconds. Trailing by 2, you got to get a point, and then get, or at least have enough time to do it. And Karch is going to take a 20-second timeout.
Taken by the team of Karai and Stephus.
We'll take a quick timeout. We're coming back. Under 12 seconds to play. Karch and Kent up by 2. Wow.
There is a place
for Anginho Loiola.
And they go to Karai.
Loiola. Oh, they got the dig. 6 seconds to go. On 2, yes! Jose, flipper me! Flipper me! And 4.5 seconds, plenty of time to tie it up. Paul Sunderland, yes.
Got exactly what they needed. The quick score, surprised that they went to Karai. But Anginio has dug Karch's sharp angle a couple of times earlier in this match. The meeting of the minds. Karai and Steffes still by 1, but they're coming over to the bad side.
A shot made famous by the great former world champion Andy Fishburne, the flipper on defense, on offense. Now the Brazilians, their first career win indoors in Washington, D.C. They have 4.5 seconds. They're going to have one play strategy. Who do you serve? What do you do?
Well, you can really approach this from a couple of different directions. One, do you just serve the ball in and hope for a play defensively like they just got? Or now that they're on the good side and the wind picking up a little bit, you know, or do you go for it? And the choice is theirs.
Our next event, the Miller Lite Open in Pensacola, Florida. Check your local listings for dates and times of that one, or come down and see us in Pensacola.
They want to put a tag on that strategy. You see the flags a little bit.
Yeah.
Karai has been known to get a little bit tentative or a little bit conservative in this situation. I don't think you want to take a chance and miss the serve.
Got to get the serve in. Anginio will serve it. Loiola's at the net. One play remaining. 13-12, Karch and Kent. They go to Kent. He puts it away. The game's over. And he does! No! 4/10 of a second, but the game is effectively over because Karai and Steffes have the ball. There is no way they can lose.
Pretty good chance.
I agree with you, Paul. I think they should have served Karch. Serve Karch and then look for some kind of a shot, and time is out. So Karch and Kent win their second final of the year. A magnificent performance by the Brazilians, Anginio and Loiola.
Great performance by Anginio and Loiola. Karai and Steffes coming from way back, but the Brazilians just not going to go away. They were down in the semifinals, came back and won, and almost got their first win this week. They'll get it before this year's out.
Final score, I believe, officially. I don't think the Brazilians got that ball over. And we'll come back and talk to them after this. Karai and Steffes. Yeah.